So this is what happens when the neighbor does not take their irrigation. And we are under construction and the water is everywhere. And now it's a mess. It's a complete mess. It's in our shed. We got flooded just because other people in the neighborhood did not take their water. And I think what they don't understand is that we are the last ones on the list, and we don't irrigate our backyard, and it's everywhere. It is flooded, and so you can see it's all over in the gate. We don't irrigate our backyard because we have a sprinkler system, and so there shouldn't be water back there. Now I get to go see if my horse is standing in water, which I hope she is not. Well, I'm very happy to see that she is not standing in water. And then it's weird is our backyard back here is dry. So we need to do some grading or something. But flood irrigation is a real interesting thing. We're at the end of the line. We're in Claxton Harvey, Western Ranchettes, and we are at the very end. So there's no other, hi girlie. There's no other place for it to go. So it has to go to the end. And let me see if I can show you, because a lot of people that aren't from here don't really realize how flood irrigation works. And there is a ditch in the back of the homes. And see, what we need to do really is make some kind of a ditch that comes out here, some kind of an overflow, because it's an ongoing problem. We've lived here 10 years, and people simply, if they don't take their water, they're just kind of like, oh yeah, I didn't take my water, no big deal to them, because they don't get flooded, it just goes right on past them. So here's our ditch in the back, and I'll show you how it works back here. Trees. Each person is responsible for their ditch, to keep their ditch clean, and it's a challenge with ours too, because everything that is in everybody else's ditch comes down ours. So we clean our ditch every single time. And this guy has a vacant lot. He has these nasty trees that come up, and we've cut them down. They come over on our side, and we've called the city and everything, and he never picks them up. He never cuts them. My husband's out here cutting them, and they have these giant thorns on them. They're really difficult. But see all of this, like this was all clean yesterday, and it's just gets all backed up because other people don't clean their ditch. And so see this gate, this is called a gate, and what you do is when it's your turn to water, you put this gate in, and it will plug the water and keep it in your area so it doesn't go on to the next person. And then there's ports. Now ours are open pretty much all the time because there's nowhere for it to go. So there's a port here, and there's a little cap on it, and you open up your port and it goes in and it floods your property. And we get, because again we're on the end, you can see stuff that comes down, but we get trash. We had one guy one time put a oil filter, he threw an oil filter in there, and so we had oil all over our land, which is not a fun thing. But that's how flood irrigation works, and I'm so thankful that my horse is not standing in water. And we tried to find the people last night and called all over, and couldn't find who they were, the ones that weren't taking their irrigation. So I hope that explains it more. I'm not sure. There's a board, like a physical board, that you go down and they put a sheet of paper in there and you sign up for irrigation. And then once you, I'll go show you the front too while I'm still talking. Once you sign up for irrigation, then when we have Roosevelt water, they come and pick it up. They pick up the sheet, and once they pick up the sheet, then they go back and they give everybody a time slot. And when you have a time slot, so say your time, you get an hour and a half, so it's from 1 until 2:30, you're responsible for your water during that time. And it will flood the entire property if that's what you want, which is what most people want. It's a great way to water big trees. You can see we have a lot of big trees, and it is a great way to water your pasture so that you have pasture for the horse. And I will show you, you can see we've got water. We've got a lot, oh, there's my cat. We've got a cars parked too. We've got my son's car, but we've got water on the side. My husband's car and my car, my daughter's car, my son's truck, my husband's truck. But we've got water all the way up our driveway. And there's just water everywhere. You can see how flooded we are. Which normally this would all be flooded, but my daughter's car would not be sitting in water. So, and then thank God for our neighbor, because he has a, he basically built a retention area, and you can see where a lot of our water went is over in his big retention area, because that, his trees are about 2 feet underwater right there. So we have all of this flooded. If you have any questions about flood irrigation, please call me. This may sound like seem like a video that is not so positive, but we love it. We love flood irrigation because it allows us to have big giant trees, green pastures. You know, I can pasture my horse, my goat, and you see the water. See the hot air balloon over there? So yeah, you can see the water. Okay, if you have any questions about flood irrigation, please feel free to give me a call at 480-577-8272, and I'll be happy to help you out. Okay, and also one other thing, there's a lot of different kinds of irrigation companies that you need to know about, and Roosevelt is one of the least expensive, so we're on a good one, but some of them can be quite expensive. They can be, we pay $4.99 per half hour, and a lot of them, some of them can be up to $25 a half an hour, so you got to make sure when you're buying a home that you get the right one. Okay, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.